And that candidate is named Mr. Ousmane Sonko. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the coalition, dear guests, dear fellow citizens, dear patriots, we members of the coalition Sonko President 2024 have the honor to bear today the inauguration of President Ousmane Sonko as the 5th President of Senegal in 2024. If you fully measure the scope of the stand, it must be acknowledged that the symbolic load is quite strong, but above all historical. We must assume the task of investing a giant, a worthy son of Senegal, a great convicted patriot, a symbol of the awakening and flight of the African phoenix. I appoint Mr. Ousmane Sonko. We would like to do so with strength, loyalty, honesty, sincerity, but above all, by duty of loyalty in the patriotic struggle for a standing, better, and prosperous Senegal. We also do so in memory of all the soldiers of patriotism, democracy, and freedom, to all those people who have fallen on the field of honor. I mean the 1,000 people or more who are in the prisons and the 60 or 80 people who died because of their country and who are fighting so that we have democracy in Senegal and that we have peace in Senegal and that we have development in Senegal, and those people who want to appoint the Ousmane Sonko as their candidate and to prepare to elect him on the 25th of February 2024. You're right, Bree. Those people who died, those people who are in prison, they have a single song, Free Ousmane Sonko. Free Ousmane Sonko. Free Ousmane Sonko. And free Senegal. Free Senegal. Free Senegal. Free Senegal. Free Senegal. Thank you. To their families, those people who died and who are in prison, to their parents, we convey the thoughts, our prayers, and our faithfulness. The only real gift we can give them is to free Senegal from the yoke of autocrats like President Macky Sall and his team, authoritarians, to build a rule of law that respects freedoms and guarantees good democratic governance. Considering that the official appointment of a candidate by a coalition of political parties constitutes a democratic tool, subject to the simple reading of the provision of the Constitution and the Electoral Code, considering that pursuant to Articles 4 and 29 of the Constitution and L121 of the Electoral Code, the official nomination of a candidate in the presidential election by a coalition of political parties is one of the prior and necessary options for holding the presidency of the Republic. Considering that the choice of the procedure of inauguration of President Ousmane Sonko is based on a technique of legitimacy and legality at a time of discredit of many political formations, and even more broadly of political action in our country, considering that President Ousmane Sonko and its technique has a certain specificity, but also and above all a genuine dose of originality in the Senegalese political landscape. Considering that the initiation technique of President Ousmane Sonko is an attentive and solemn mark of a democratic current, considering that this technique of investing the candidate of President Ousmane Sonko coalition, Ousmane Sonko has its origin in the investing process carried out by the Patriots on 13 July 2023, and a total of 1,606 votes validly cast by all voters at the level of the different departments, coordinators, and the diaspora. They have decided to present and to introduce Ousmane Sonko as their candidate for the next elections. Now, considering that the results achieved exceed all expectations, with all votes in favor of candidate Ousmane Sonko coronating the unavoidable success of the patriot leader, considering at the end that it is therefore appropriate to note that the candidacy of President Ousmane Sonko has finally received common and massive support in Senegal heads and the political head landscape, bearing in mind that the 29 political parties and associations present, that the list has already been given by my predecessors. I don't need to come back on them. Formally established the President Sonko 2024 coalition, considering that Ousmane Sonko has been designated as the candidate of the said coalition. Article 1. Mr. Ousmane Sonko, born on 15 July 1974 in Thiès, exclusively of Senegalese nationality, enjoying his full civil and political rights, is officially invested and declared candidate of the Sonko President Coalition 2004 in the presidential election of 25 February 2024. The overwhelming majority of Senegalese people want Ousmane Sonko to be candidate for next elections. Right. And they want to elect Ousmane Sonko the 5th president of Senegal. Right. Please, dear judges, don't disappoint your fellow citizens and validate Sonko's candidacy, and please let Senegalese people decide who is going to be the next president of Senegal. Now, the last word I will say to Senegalese people, please go and withdraw your voting cards. Yes. And get ready to elect President Ousmane Sonko on 25 February 2024. Thank you very much. Thank
you. Thank you very much, Adam, for your kind and bright words toward President Ousmane Sonko, and I hope that the international community will get your words. So, thank you very much. Donc, jërëjëf Dame, kàddu yi am na solo. Ñu continuer di wéyal li nga xam ne moo di jotaay bi, fas yéene jox kàddu ndax pare nañ ci li nga xam ne moo di texte yi di investir président Ousmane Sonko candidat de la coalition Sonko président 2024. Donc ñu fas yéene jeexalee li nga xam ni moo di kaddu ki nga xam ne moom la ñu tabb mu jël ko baaxe ko jotaay bi itam baaxe ko askanu Sénégal yi nga xam ne ñu ngi seetaan fare ci réew mi wala bitim réew. Kaddu yooyu nag ki koy jottali mu di honorable député maire Birame Souleye Diop nekk ex candidat donc ñu koy jox kàddu mu jottali kàddu président Ousmane Sonko.
Bonsoir à tout le monde, chers citoyens, chers patriotes qui nous suivez aujourd'hui, 31 décembre 2023. Je pense que le résumé de la cérémonie aurait pu être fait en deux mots. En deux mots, parce que si je dis investir et investiture. Investir parce qu'il s'agit de mettre toute son énergie dans une action, dans une activité, dans un projet. Ousmane Sonko a passé les 10 dernières années de sa vie, avec ceux qui ont cru en lui, à s'investir dans cette mission pour redorer le blason du peuple et faire du citoyen sénégalais un homme fier qui irradie le développement du pays